Emily Good was unwinding at home in her pajamas late one night in May when she and a friend noticed police stop a car in front of her house. As the police were questioning the car's occupants, the 28-year-old community organizer was questioning why, so she hit the record button on her iPod.
I wanted to see what they were doing to this young man.
You guys need something?
This is my front yard. I'm just recording what you're doing. It's my right.
Actually, not from the sidewalk.
This is my yard.
Good is speaking with Rochester police officer Mario Masick.
I don't feel safe with you standing behind me, somebody asking you to go in your house.
So I started filming. I had my feet just barely on the sidewalk like this. He told me you can't watch from the sidewalk, so I stepped back just one step, so I was entirely on the lawn. He said, "You're not even backing up." And I said, "Would you like me to take a step back?" You know, I will take a step back, and I stepped back further.
Okay, listen, I'm not going to explain myself to you. What you're going to do is you're going to end up going to jail. I'm trying to give you a warning. Okay?
I'm going to back up.
You know what? You're going to go to jail. That's just not right.
Where's the car? What's going on?
No, stay right here.
I'm
Stay
sorry.
Right here.
She dropped the iPod, her friend picked it up and kept rolling.
I'm observing what they're doing and they're arresting me. I don't understand what's going on. I did nothing. I did nothing.
I'm not doing anything.
I'm sorry. I was standing in my front yard, concerned about what was going on in my neighborhood.
She was charged with obstruction of governmental administration, a misdemeanor. Police officer Masick is not allowed to speak publicly about the case, but the head of his union, Mike Mazzio, says the issue is not that Emily Good was shooting video.
The issue here is the officer's attention was distracted from a potentially very dangerous situation. All she had to do was comply. Go up on her porch, go into her house for her own safety.
Rochester Police Chief James Shepard says safety is a key issue, but admits citizens have a right to shoot video in a public place.
I don't think it was a filming issue. I think that if that were the issue, the film would have been confiscated, and I don't think that's the case.
Emily Good sees her arrest as an attempt to intimidate residents.
Even though the police insist that the filming isn't what got me arrested, it doesn't make sense that, you know, my taller male friend was never given any orders, was never even spoken to, and he was, you know, much more, I guess, menacing looking. He was fully dressed. I was in pajamas, you know. It seems to me like the camera was the variable.
The Rochester prosecutor's office later dropped the charge against Emily Good. However, questions involving the Rochester police and video recording are still very much in play. On the same night Emily Good was cleared, a supporter of hers, Rochester resident Warren Barnes, recorded police officers stopping several men in his neighborhood.
What are you being detained for?
You can hear Barnes speaking out to the young men being questioned.
What are you guys being detained for? What are they being detained for, officer?
The men were released and Barnes approached the police officers.
Can I have your lieutenant's name? Can I have your lieutenant's name, sir? Can I have your business card so I know who interacted with these boys?
Barnes says he did not record what happened next.
I walked across the street like this gentleman's about to do. They sped across the street and said, "Jaywalking, jaywalking, we got you on camera jaywalking."
Barnes was ticketed for not using a crosswalk, later changed to disorderly conduct and obstructing traffic. Other charges followed, including weapons possession, what Barnes said was a utility knife, and marijuana possession. Barnes pleaded not guilty to the charges, but says the jaywalking ticket was a way of punishing him for making the recording. Police Chief James Shepard says jaywalking is a violation of traffic law and led to other charges.
There were a number of other issues involved in that case. One was possession of a weapon. There was also contraband that was seized by the police department that also resulted in that arrest.
On YouTube, video shows another incident that community activists call purely retaliatory. While Emily Good supporters were inside a meeting, police took out rulers and issued parking tickets to any car more than 12 inches from the curb. Rochester Police Chief James Shepard says in each of the cases, his officers were enforcing the law.
However, in the spirit of the law, maybe they take it a little bit too far. That's yet to be determined. We'll look at all that in terms of our internal investigation.
Rochester Mayor Thomas Richards is waiting for the results of all the internal investigations.
We're going to look at whether there's a pattern of arrests here, that would indicate that this kind of arrest is being somehow abused.
Emily Good says she's been arrested several times over the last couple of years for civil disobedience, most recently at a local protest against foreclosure. And she's convinced that the law is on her side in terms of recording police activity. Good and her supporters vow to keep cameras rolling.
It has a powerful role in telling the officers that not only are we watching this, but, potentially the whole world is watching this.
Susan Candiotti, CNN, New York.